Hi everyone, welcome to series 2 of my Tez Talks Q&A. You guys sent in so many amazing questions. I'm trying to answer as many as I can. I also have to apologize, we have an epic play date going on next door in Isaac's room. He has 3 friends over, so it's gonna get a little loud at times, but I apologize and I'm excited to get started. So let's start with the very first question. I think when we're talking about what the right path is for us, it truly is about the individual journey and tapping into what your own instincts tell you. I believe that there is a feeling that you get within you when you know you're on the right path. It's an all-knowing kind of feeling. It's like a home feeling. You know what it feels like when you're a kid and you're home and you're with your parents, and for me, I really feel that in my marriage. I think that is a way of your subconscious telling you that you are on the right path and keep leaning into what it is that you are doing. So I think that you should write down a list of all the things that interest you, things that you want to hear more about, things you Google, all the stuff that you think about and want to talk about, and like your passions. Write them down, have a look at that list, and then maybe start from the top of the list and start figuring out ways in which you can incorporate your passions into your life. And at some point, I think the happiest people that I know are cultivating some sort of financial benefit from doing their passions, and they're the happiest because they're sitting in something that they love. They're getting paid to do it, so ultimately it doesn't feel like you're actually working so hard because you just love it. It's like me with my with Tez Talks and also your Zen Life and your Zen Mama. I just love it so much. Sure, I'm not monetizing it, but it is a part of my life that feeds my soul, and I can instantly recognize that feeling, and I think you'll do the same thing. So that's what I would say. Write it down, then just start going down the list and seeing how you can incorporate more of that into your life. And then one of them will click. One of them will suddenly become crystal clear, and then you just go 100% in that direction and just kind of see where you land. I think before I was on a spiritual path, I really enjoyed my life. I mean, I definitely was a very happy person. My default mode has always been to be happy. But I think grounding myself in some sort of spiritual work means that it's just the fabric of how I lead my life. And especially in terms of my interactions with people, for me, there's a calmness when I'm in my spiritual self, my higher self, as we say. I meet all people first and foremost with love and compassion. I've always tried to do that since I started cultivating a spiritual life. I think that was kind of the underlying basis of how I wanted to be on my journey. And so that's been really lovely, because I think if you can meet people on that level first, it really sets you up to have wonderful, connected, authentic experiences with other people. And it's great. I have such meaningful relationships in my life because we get deep immediately. We understand each other, we're open to each other, we connect, and I'm not wasting time. I don't love to have surface relationships. I want to get deep and connect. And I think when you are cultivating a spiritual life, you're just marinating in that place that that's what happens. You just have those interactions with people constantly, and it feels so enriching. And I really believe I'm getting the most out of my time and out of my life and these relationships and friendships. And in terms of using that and kind of filtering that in with my son Bodhi and my new baby son, it's just enriched my life so much more. I am very, very calm with him. I never raise my voice. I completely see him as just a human being, his own individual, not an extension of me. I very much try to put myself in his shoes, and I think, you know, toddlers, they're very much in a place where they're not analyzing their behavior. I mean, that comes as you're an adult, where you get very analytical. I mean, he just feels things, he feels emotions. So I think it's my place to allow the space for him to feel all of those emotions and to bear witness to him navigating through that journey, but without it letting any of those emotions trigger my own fears or insecurities or my own emotional state. I try and stay very very unwavering in my connection to him and my strength, and I just try and just love on him and really, really hear what he's going through, even if to someone who's like in a rational state, it seems like he's overreacting or being overly emotional. I just have to empathize with what he's going through and just hold the space for him to sit in that. And it means that I am having these deep experiences with my son and really hearing him. And I think it creates a secure attachment. I mean, he certainly is such a secure little guy. And he'll tell me about his feelings. He'll say, "Mommy, I'm feeling sad. Mommy, I'm frustrated." And we can talk through all of it. And I think if I hadn't have done a lot of this work on myself, I think it's easy to be triggered by children, to take things personally. And so it's been such a blessing just to have that grounding, because it means I'm very much trying not to sit in a place of ego and just be present and allow experiences to happen to me without judging them. And I gotta say, it's really, really liberating. Okay, some of my favorite workouts are, well, I have my husband train me sometimes because he's a CrossFit fanatic and he is just so obsessed with working out. He researches it all the time. He wears the Fitbit and counts his calories. I always love to target my butt. That is what I'm always targeting on my body. It's the thing on my body that changes the most depending on my food intake and my exercise level. And so he does this exercise regimen called the Butt Blaster with me. And you do 40 step ups, then you do 40 lunges, then you do 40 air squats, and then 40 something else, I can't remember. But you do these 4 exercises in a row. Actually, the video is on your Zen Mama. I think it was for my 25th week pregnancy vlog. I had him do the Butt Blaster. So we can actually just put a link to that video here. That I love. Also hiking. I've been hiking 3 to 4 times a week. I go for about a 2-hour hike and I push Bodhi in the stroller up the hill. It's an intense workout. I'm sweating. I always jump in the pool straight afterwards. So I love to incorporate that, but truly I listen to my body. So after Bodhi was born, I had a period of just not wanting to exercise. I was also breastfeeding a lot. I was tired and I just didn't feel like I had extra energy to exercise. So I decided that I was going to take sleep over exercising. So almost for the first 2 years of his life, I barely exercised. I could probably count on my hands how many times I exercised. And then as I fell pregnant again with this baby, I just decided that it was time for me to begin my exercise regimen again, and it feels amazing. And I actually feel off when I don't exercise. So I know that my body is asking for it and it's responding to it well, and I love it. In terms of my food choices, I'm a pescatarian. I was a vegetarian for many years. Well, not that many, like 3 years. And then I had a bit of a health scare last year, and I was told to maybe start incorporating some fish. So I've been trying to incorporate a little bit of fish, not too much, maybe once a week. But I'm mainly vegetarian. And I would say for breakfast, my husband makes me this beautiful oatmeal in the mornings with apple and shredded coconut and slithered almonds and almond milk and honey, like manuka honey. And it's my favorite thing to eat, and a bunch of cinnamon. It's so delicious. So I'll have that in the morning. And if I don't have that, I'll usually start the day with a green juice or a chocolate protein smoothie. So in fact, we have a bunch of links and recipes on the Your Zen Life site, so we can put another link to a couple of recipes there. And then for lunch, what I've been having recently is I have a smoked salmon salad with avocado and fresh baby spinach. I have peaches, like really yummy summer peaches, some goat's cheese, a bunch of stuff. And I had everything checked out with my midwife before I started eating all this sort of stuff. And I buy really high-end quality foods. So that's what I have usually for lunch with this really nice miso dressing. I love shrimp dumplings. For dinner, sometimes I'll make myself like a vegetarian quesadilla. That's what I had last night for dinner. Really yummy with a whole bunch of guacamole. I love making guacamole. I have these like little chocolate protein bars called square bars. I also have these ones now called bounce balls, which are really good, full of sunflower seeds, a lot of protein. And I just love it. And if I ever get hungry, I'll have apple slices with almond butter in between meals. And I pretty much stay in that realm. When I'm not pregnant, I love sushi. I'm a big fan. Yeah, so that's kind of what I try and eat as clean as possible. But I also have guacamole and chips, and I'm eating corn chips, and you know, I let myself have vegan pizza and garlic bread, and I'm not strict in the way I was many years ago. I decided to liberate myself from being so hardcore about my food choices and just really check in and listen to my body. And if I'm craving something, I'll let myself indulge in it. So it's been really good. I have a really great, healthy relationship with it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy eating, I enjoy exercising, I enjoy taking care of myself. So we're just about out of time, so I will see you next time. Bye.